special meeting of Brookshire Economic Development Corporation to be held Thursday, March 5th, 2026 at 6 o'clock p.m. in council chambers of Brookshire Municipal Building, 4029 5th Street, Brookshire, Texas, for the purpose of considering the following agenda items. And we'll have a prayer.
Dear Heavenly Father, we'd just like to thank you once again, Lord, for allowing us the opportunity to gather on tonight. Father, we're thankful for traveling grace. We ask that you be with us as we enter this meeting on tonight, Father, and that all the decisions that we make on tonight not only be for the betterment of this city, Lord, but also be pleasing upon you.
Yes.
In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
President Eric Green,
Present.
Vice President Denise Odie,
Present.
Director Michael Cosar,
Present.
Director Lyndon Stamps,
Present.
Director Nathaniel Richardson,
Present.
Director Rodney Bluing, Director Amber Allison.
Present.
Agenda item number 5, public comments. We don't have anyone that signed up. Agenda item number 6, discussion and possible action to approve EDC minutes for February 5th, 2026. If there are no questions or any corrections, I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve the BEDC minutes for February the 5th, 2026 with corrections, if any.
Second,
I second.
any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Agenda item number 7, discussion and possible action to approve January 2026 and February 2026 financial report. I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve the January 2026 and February 2026 financial reports.
Second,
I second that motion.
any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. 8, public hearing. A public hearing considering the following proposed Brookshire Economic Development Corporation Type B projects: Hovis Park, the concrete around the baseball fields, and the amphitheater lights, estimated at $226,000. We'll open the public hearing at 6:03.
Good evening, Mr. President, board members, staff, residents in attendance. Just wanted to bring you all to the attention of our public hearing today. Last month, we had a public hearing with our other Type B projects for the green space, development of green space. So we wanted to bring these last two. We did receive those quotes. We wanted to bring these two to the board and to the public and identify the last two projects that we're bringing forward, which are the baseball fields at Hovis Park, fences around the baseball fields at Hovis Park, and the light poles and fixtures here at the amphitheater. And I have just a brief presentation to show you all the locations and what this looks like. So if you're familiar, excuse me here, if you're familiar with Hovis Park, this is the turf field. And so where all the large boulders and large rock is at now, it's not the type of rock that needs to be there. So we've brought forward to concrete the entire area where this rock is at. So one segment is going to be here. And then if we come down just a little further, the next segment you'll see here. And this was just for calculation purposes of the square feet. And then if I come over just a little bit more onto this other field, it would be ending just where the sidewalk is at, and the dugouts, right past the dugouts here on that field. So it's about 17,000 square feet of concrete think that's the last page. So what we have it up here at the front from Preferred Facilities Group, it's about, they do have a typo I want to mention in your estimate there. That should be 17,000 square feet of 4-inch concrete with 8 rebar listed there. And then the content listed within. For the value there, we did receive a quote almost a year ago, and this quote, it only went up about $20,000 from last year. So this is a new quote. And if I can bring to your attention the lights on the amphitheater. Now, I'll explain this in just a few minutes. These are foot candles, and essentially this is the amphitheater here. And so what you'll see here is on the east side of the amphitheater would be the light pole and fixture. Here, another light pole and fixture. Another one here, and another one here. And you see a lot of arrows and numbers here. These arrows and numbers here are representative of foot candles, and those foot candles are listed here. So a 1-foot candle essentially is provides emergency lighting, maybe an after-hours warehouse. 2-foot candles for aisles within industrial spaces. 3-foot candles listed as such, and 5-foot candles being the very well-lit area. And it has just a little example here. 1-foot candle. You can imagine what it feels like: full moon brightness, very dim to very, very bright light. And so when we go back to the image here, what you'll see is right under the lights, it's about 5 to 6 foot candles. So right, very, very bright. As we start coming into the amphitheater, I'm going to make this circle right about here. All of these here are less than 1-foot candle. So the ambiance would identify what that needs to look like right there by the stage. And so we would be able to adjust any light, making them brighter and whatnot, if needed. So I wanted to provide that information to you all. Let's see here. I'm going to go back to what they look like. These are just some of the examples of those floodlights. From what we're getting quoted on is this ALG 5 series and potentially this large size one here. So what's going to happen here is poles would be installed here, and then all from lines from each pole would have to be run to our electrical box as well. And so the brochure that you have in front of you all gives the depiction of what this looks like. Mainly it's outdoor lighting in parking lots. It gives you more information on the different types there. And I believe, and you'll see the information here based on the different wattage. And I have an image of what these potential lights would look like, depending on the distance between them and how much light is being produced by each, per the foot candle. Last would be the quote that you all have in front of you as well. And this is the vendor that's been working with us to install our 3 backup generators, one here at the Annex building, one at the Disaster Recovery Center, and one at the Public Works building. So that's all I have for those 2 projects. Can entertain any questions if there are any.
So this price is just for the 4 poles and the lights?
Yes.
Nothing actually on the amphitheater itself?
Mr. Chair, I do think, we're in the middle of the public hearing, so let's
Close
see
the
if anybody
hearing.
else wants to speak on it, and then when we get to the next item, we'll get into those questions.
All right. And there are not any more questions, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing at 6:10. Move to agenda item number 9, discussion of possible action to consider the use of sales tax proceeds to undertake and to fund improvements and the development of green space at Hovis Park, concrete around the baseball fields and amphitheater, light poles and fixtures, estimated value at $226,000. And my question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I see the 4 poles on there.
Yes, sir.
Are there any lights on the amphitheater? Building.
Surrounding that, no, sir. There, from my understanding, there wouldn't be necessary based off of the light that's coming from the light poles.
Okay.
It would be sufficient enough light. And some of this, you know, just so you're familiar with, those 30-foot light poles, they're gonna go somewhere between 8 and 10 feet down and have concrete down there in each of them. So I think that, a portion of this is probably a third of that cost.
Do we have any other questions, any discussion? I entertain a motion.
Just want to add one last thing. With this here, this will also go to the city council agenda tonight if approved. It's on the council agenda for consideration as well.
I make a motion that we use the sales tax proceed to undertake and fund improvements and development of green space at Hovis Park, concrete around baseball fields and amphitheater light poles and fixtures, estimated value of $226,000. I'm sorry. I made Mr. Richardson look. 226,000. I'm sorry.
Any second? We don't have a second. Motion failed. Move on to the next one. Presentation. Agenda item number 10, presentation, 3-day small business boot camp. Erica Jones, Extension Agent, Prairie View A&M University.
Yes, we have a presentation for you all, brief one for you all tonight for a potential boot camp hosted here at the Convention Center. Wanted to bring it to you all. The city's taken some consideration in the boot camp as well. So based off of the outcome tonight of this agenda item, then the city can identify what the contributions will be as well.
Good evening to the
Good evening.
board
Good
and
evening.
everyone present. I'm Erica Jones. I'm the Community Economic Development Extension Agent for Prairie View, and I'm assigned to Waller County. And I'm presenting tonight a 2 to 3 day small business boot camp. This boot camp that'll be 2 to 3 days here in Brookshire is a boot camp that started in Waller County last year. It's actually a 9-day camp. My 9-day camp this year actually starts tonight. It's 9 days, 2 hours a day, and the last day is 4 hours. Now, this boot camp that is designed for Brookshire will be a different spin on Brookshire because we'll accommodate more of what is happening in the industry with the comptroller. If everybody's aware of what's going on with comptroller, the hub has been removed, and a lot of our business owners don't know where that climate is directing. So with the growth that's taking place here in Brookshire as well as Waller County, we want to keep the dollars here in the county. So to better educate our small business owners on how to obtain government contract, how to position their businesses for government contracting will actually be delivered in this particular program. Some of the deliverers of this boot camp that I already have been dealing with is Metro. We have the Port, Odigo. We had Edward Jones, Eric Davis from Edward Jones. So we do have some good viable information. Last year, I graduated 19 small business owners in my academy. Out of that 19, I have helped 6 to submit government contracts. So us as extension agents, we do technical assistance, meaning we follow our small business owners all the way through. So even after the academy, I do monitor the small business owners. I do still know that pricing is an issue with small business owners, because even through the academy, even though we do pricing, what they don't understand is how to price bids. So there are additional programming that we do still have here in the community. I've had a couple of grant writing workshops that will work on grants as well as bid writing. So this academy, it'll be 3 days. The first day, it'll be pretty much foundational readiness, making sure that business is aligned properly and in position to obtain government contracting. And with everything that is happening in the economy today, there are more things that are needed from small business owners that they may not have on a regular basis. So business structure, compliance essentials, financial readiness, bookkeeping, understanding the procurement process. We'll take them through that entire process. Day 2 is competitive strategy and cooperative purchasing, which is where most of our contracting is going into. And that is the difference between the 9-day bid academy that started today, that is not included. This cooperative opportunity will be in this particular 3-day academy. My goal is to have a cooperative purchasing here. I do go to a conference next month that will give me the ability to speak to them face to face to try to get them to come out. Supply diversity opportunities, which last year the port came, they presented bid opportunities to my class as well as Metro. So bid proposal writing fundamentals, strategic partnership, and the 3rd day is pretty much focusing on pricing, understanding overhead margins and risks, common mistakes in small business, and the difference between the current bid academy and this bid academy. This boot camp, I'm sorry for transposing boot camp and bid academy, but is the next step implementation, because a lot of small businesses don't know when to exit. They don't know how to position their businesses to sell and not just close down. So as a way to obtain those finances or to recoup from the business that you've spent all these years at, we'll have Edward Jones to come in and talk about exit strategies for business owners. I have presented this information. If you have additional information, I do feel like this boot camp will help our businesses stay here and will eliminate some of the shrinkage out into other communities, as well as spread our business owners abroad with the knowledge that they'll learn in this boot camp.
Mr. President.
Any questions?
Madam, are you affiliated with the university or with the city?
I'm affiliated with Prairie View
The corporate extension?
Cooperative Extension. We are funded. Some of our positions are funded 100% through the university. Some of them have different percentage allocation through the county. So I actually work for the county as well as Prairie View.
The reason I pose that question, Mr. Attorney, because I do work for Prairie View. I don't want there to seem to be a conflict of interest whether I vote for or against, so.
Well, I mean, if we're hiring, are we hiring Prairie View A&M, or are we hiring a separate third-party consultant?
It's third-party consultant.
It's not gonna be a conflict.
Ms. Jones.
More questions?
I have a question for you. I looked over your details, and you said estimated attendance of 30 to 50 participants, and that estimate is 8,000. What, do you make adjustment based on what if you get 15 in attendance?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
there are adjustments there.
Yeah. And I did give, on number 6, if there's extended impact, a use of remaining funds, I gave a plan of action if there are any additional funding.
And when will your next class, are you gonna base it contingent on whether,
I actually have this for July 8th through 10th.
oh, I'm sorry, I saw it, it's on the first sheet, I apologize.
And I'm also asking to utilize the Brookshire Convention Center for this 2 to 3 day, 2.5 to 3 day.
I guess my next question is, how do you plan in terms of like marketing to the community? Are you just knocking on doors, or you already have a presence with different associations and just hope, you know, that they'll sign on to?
I have 31 registered tonight.
Oh.
So one thing I do is market. I send emails, I send text messages. I've called literally the list of our Waller County small businesses that were HUB certified when that was available. I do have that list. So I do market. Yes, ma'am.
That's good.
I'm impressed that you've already, you know, already had some commitment, like that's,
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
deal.
ma'am. Actually, most of my participants from last year, they're on my program area committee. I'm here, and 3 of my class members, well, my Truist Bank sponsor, and 2 of my class members are running my class right now.
Any other questions? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all.
Move to agenda item number 11, discussion of possible action to fund small business boot camp. I entertain a motion.
Make a motion that we'll approve the fund for the small business boot camp for the amount of $8,000.
Second.
Just before we vote on that, I think part of the request was, I'm not sure if the EDC even has the authority for the waiver of the convention center rental fees, but
So
it could be part of your recommendation to council, I think.
So the city has put a placeholder on that for the event, based on, our meeting, so that we would come to you all to see if it was gonna get funded first. So there is a placeholder for the event.
Okay.
Was the intention to waive fees?
Correct.
Okay. And no, it's not needed.
Was the motion was accepted?
As stated.
I'm sorry.
The motion stands as stated. You can vote on that
Okay.
as it is. This is not-
Do we have a second?
I second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Agenda item number 12, discussion of possible action to approve Brookshire Economic Development Corporation policy and procedure manual. Dr. Batista.
Yes, good evening. Last meeting, I was asked to produce this, and so we're bringing it forward. We're able to produce it based off of board meeting policies and procedures, governance policies and procedures, entertainment policies and procedures, and financials, how they occur here within the organization. So this solidifies the request that was given.
Do we have any questions?
Yes, along with that, go ahead.
No, you go
ma'am.
ahead.
Go ahead.
No, well, I just wanted to know, based on this is stating 2026 to 2028, were there any modifications from the prior year policies and procedures that was modified to
This is the initial
this
version.
initial version? Okay, that's what I wanted to know. if there was any
There weren't
changes.
any prior to.
Okay.
So are we making amendment or,
This is the initial
Yeah,
version.
you're adopting a new
First.
policy.
okay, so the policy that we had in our, is this a policy?
Is that articles of incorporation, or?
This one?
That's just mission statement and goals. It's not really a policy. I mean, it kind of is, but it's just part of your overall general purpose. This is a more detailed, working through procedurally how you handle all steps from agenda to passing ordinances and your other obligations and authorize the types of projects.
So I have another question. Mr. Richardson asked about Robert's Rules of Order when we were at last meeting. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Richardson?
Yes, ma'am.
So is this policy and procedure based on the Robert's Rules of Order?
But
I would
let you
say
answer.
no. It really just gives authority to the chair to maintain decorum. I mean, y'all can adopt necessary policies. Probably not necessary unless it becomes an issue. But, no, this doesn't really adopt by inference Robert's rules or anything similar to that. It really gives y'all the discretion to adopt those types of decorum rules as you see fit.
Okay.
Had it been vetted by you guys?
Yeah, I did take a look at it. It's very broadly written, but I think it's a great start. And if we see any issues in any of these areas, I mean, it's a living and breathing document, so we'll address it. But it's not inconsistent with other policies for EDCs I've seen.
I have another question. So, in some of these things, it says the director. Who is the director?
I think that you're looking at them.
So is the director ahead of the president, or is the president ahead of the director?
So I think there's a board president, and then there's a staff member. I'm a staff member.
The president is a member of the board. You as board direct us at the staff level, director, your EDC attorney, and everybody else at the staff level. So y'all are sitting at the top, and you tell us what to do.
Let me ask this question. Do you, and this is to the board. I know there's a lot of questions. Do you want a little more time to go through it so you can reach out to myself, Mr. Olson, or any other board members, or Dr. Batista, to get better clarity on this?
I
I
think
think
so.
that'd be the prudent thing to do, just let us have time to look at it.
Okay.
It's just gonna, like the attorney was saying, it just give us some kind of order. I don't like to be ad hoc, just doing stuff, to
Yes.
be doing them. It's just not my nature, and I like to have some kind of decorum in place that we can hold each other accountable to how we treat one another in a meeting.
Okay.
I think that's fair, and I would encourage y'all to, if you have questions, send it to Dr. Batista, and he can then send it to Eric and myself to kind of go over this. I mean, I assume that you're the kind of the point person at
Sure.
the staff level.
Sure,
Yeah.
I'd be happy to address
And
it.
there's absolutely nothing violating the act as long as you don't share it amongst yourselves, but it gives us a heads up on dealing with those issues on the front end.
Want to take note and keep in mind that when you all identify and read these under the governance policies, under the appointments, these conflicts of interest, we need a documented conflict of interest statement from each of you all, just so that you know. Just wanted to share that with you. Even if these aren't passed, we need that documented on file.
Okay. All right. So we won't take action on agenda item number 12. We'll move to 13, discussing the possible action for lighting on Highway 90.
Okay. So, I put this back on the agenda again because it's been on the agenda probably about 4 or 5 times, Mr. Batista. This has been on the agenda 4 or 5 times. The lighting for Highway 90.
Correct.
So, I went out, I drove the street, and in our packet are pictures of Highway 90. Can't find mine, but. I'm sorry, I have notes on it. Anyways, I went, both ways on Highway 90. I stopped at Brookshire Brothers, so what you're looking at on the second page is Highway 90. Do you have this?
I do.
Going both ways. As you can see, when you go to the west, it is very dark. The second picture is going to the west, and it's very dark. I drove on picture number 3, going from the west back to the east, and it's pitch black dark. When there's no cars, this is how it looks. So I think on another agenda, I asked if we could put lights on the trees, but I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna pose a question. Is the easement do we own this, or is it a part of the railroad track
Highway 90?
on Highway 90
Um,
behind us?
I don't believe we own it. We were allowed to put trees. Yeah, we were allowed to put trees as a beautification project.
Okay, so there's several lights that's on that piece of easement there that's broken. I didn't know the lights were there. Did you know the
I
lights
did,
were
and
over
we
there?
have reported them to Centerpoint. You
Okay,
just need the light number, light pole number, and that's usually what we report to.
okay, so who does the reporting?
Anyone. Public Works, whoever submits the request.
Can they
We just
report
ask
it?
for it, yes.
Okay,
If a citizen calls it in, they just need the numbers off the pole.
Just the
that's
light
it.
pole number.
so are we able, there's a light on each end where the trees are?
Mhm, like
Are we
Kitty.
able to install one more pole on each piece where there's
We
one
can
that's
request,
broken?
we can attempt to request Centerpoint to install those poles. I
Can
don't
we-
know who pays the light on that, but we can always find out.
Okay, so if we could do that and get the lights on the trees, I think it would brighten up Highway 90. And also on the opposite side of Highway 90, which is where my business is, but I'm not saying it because my business is there. There's other business that's there, and it's also dark on that side. Cricket is complaining to me because she has to leave out at nighttime. It's dark out there. When she leaves out, she has money that she has to go deposit. So it's very dark over there.
Sure.
I put this in our packets, so maybe we can get some small ones, maybe installed on the opposite side of the street. If it's possible.
Yeah, you all tell us what to do and what activity and what project, and we go through that process.
See if it's possible for the decorative light on that sidewalk. I don't know how much of an easement we have because I know TxDOT is planning on expanding, and I have no idea which direction they're gonna go, if they'll even approve it.
Sure.
But I guess it wouldn't hurt to just reach out to them to see if it's possible.
So, also the doctor's office, we're the doctor's office and the new bakery, I'm not sure what that is, but,
It's a snack shop.
yeah, they're also dark as well. So-
They're all privately owned facilities, but I do
that's
know
what
that
I
there's
was
a
gonna-
sidewalk, unfortunately.
Is there anything in our ordinance that requires the building owner to
To have lighting?
to provide
No.
lighting? Okay.
So,
We did put funding, just so you all know, we did put some funding towards a business improvement grant.
Mhm.
And those dollars could contribute to maybe a reimbursement for a private owner to install some lights and then get the reimbursement from that grant
Couldn't we also put that as beautification?
on private property.
Is the sidewalk private property or is it
Oh, no,
city?
I mean,
It's public.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all part of it's, in this case, probably state right away, but, I mean, even if it's state or ours, it's still gonna be public. But we can do that, we can do improvements in the right of way, we can do improvement on private property, just, you tell us kinda what you'd like
Right.
Well,
to be
don't we
done,
have-
and we'll.
Don't we have a budget set up for beautification? That's what I'm saying. Couldn't them lights be
Beautification's probably for
considered
public rights of way, I would imagine.
So all of our budget is for type B projects, so it's part of
Or
part of
parks
that.
or other city property and stuff like that.
Other than calling beautification, to me, it's a safety issue if it's that dark, which he's projecting. Even a moron who owns a business would wanna make sure that people who's coming at patronizing not gonna fall and stumble because of the darkness. So why don't we take the approach from a safety standpoint?
Yeah.
We would like to incentivize you guys, we'll take on some of the costs to see what it costs, or maybe we can get a report to see what will it cost to put X amount of lights along 90, if we get that only if we get that permission.
Yes, sir.
And what it would cost us, and then we come back and we move in that direction.
Understand?
Or my question is, would this be a shared expense with the city of Brookshire, or is it strictly economic development?
To me, if it was safety and we have the money, it really doesn't bother me if we pay for it or they pay for it, but we want to stay legal, so we'll forward that to the attorney.
Great segue, I love it. So, probably not safety, but, I mean, we can incentivize businesses to help with their facade and the general aesthetics of their business, which would include things like lighting. So I think we could handle it that way.
Okay.
We did put some funding in that program.
So would y'all like to direct Dr. Batiste to reach out to the business owners to see if they would be interested in going through the program? What was the name of that program you mentioned?
Business improvement,
Business improvement.
business improvement grant.
Because that would be the first step, correct?
Okay.
And they'll, we'll create a process, application process, and then some type of development agreement that will go in place with that as well.
Yeah, and these little small business things aren't going to be complicated like some of the other long development agreements, and they'll be simple, just measurable goals and funding dependent on those goals being accomplished.
Ms. Oda, that would also include your concerns as well, right? Would that also include Mrs. Oda's concerns as
Yes,
well?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, I also got the impression that we, in not only talking with the small business owners, might reach out to
TxDOT.
CenterPoint, and also,
CenterPoint,
I doubt
TxDOT,
TxDOT would have a
yeah.
problem with it if CenterPoint is willing to put additional poles in there.
Correct.
Do we need to take action on this?
I think we have the guidance we need.
All right. No action on agenda item number 13. I'm assuming no action on agenda item number 14.
Well, hang on.
Okay.
There. That's something totally different
Okay.
from 90.
All right.
So,
So, agenda item number 14, discussion on the lighting on 359.
so the lighting on 359, they do have 3 lights there, but they're very dim. So how do we get those bulbs with brighter lumens?
359 and where?
It's right here by the Flying J's. Once you get to Orlando's Pizza right there, and you're coming back to 90, it's pitch dark. And somebody has almost gotten hit on a bicycle. To my understanding, there has been 2 fatalities on 359 in the dark.
It was just a bad accident just the other day there by that tire store.
So there's no light right there?
There
Or is it just
are,
really dim?
there
Is
are
it,
3 lights.
because I think we need to be a little bit more specific on where to find the light, the pole numbers.
These are 3 lights right here. Going down there is 3 lights. So those 3 lights, I don't think they're back here. I think it's just in the front. There are 3 light poles that's there, but they're not putting off a lot of light. So most of the light is coming from the big bright light
Businesses.
that's on I-10. So that's where most of the light is coming from, but there are 3 poles there. And perhaps we can get another pole installed, maybe on, if you're coming from I-10, on the right-hand side.
We'll go take a look at it. Give you an update.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Agenda item number 15, discussion and possible action on setting a date for 2026 Business Retention and Expansion Program. Mr. Odie?
So I put that on the agenda again so that we can set a date for our mixer. And I was thinking maybe April or May. Miss Vicky? Late April or early May for the mixer?
The previous one last year was in March and July 9th. There was 2 last year.
I think it should be before the actual business boot camp. That way we can encourage some of the business to see if they would be interested in joining the boot camp. So I think the sooner the better, because she'll have time to prepare and get more additional attendees if possible.
So maybe the end of April? So we're gonna set it for a late April. And Vicky's gonna check on the dates for us.
Okay, so we'll look toward the end of April, and then we'll narrow it down to a specific day. Okay. So no action on that. Discussing the possible action on setting a date for a strategic planning workshop. Mrs. Stamps.
Board, yes, same thing here as far as our strategic planning workshop. If possible, I was just thinking per se, I know we want to get the ball rolling on our strategic planning, maybe like 30 minutes prior to our next board meeting. So I would say like 5:30, if that's a good time with the board. Just, I know we want to get everything done within 30 minutes, but at least so we can get the ball rolling and get started. We have a plan, we have our projection, we know where we're going with this.
Ms. Odie, will you be able to make that?
I can make it work.
Okay. Rest of the board, 5:30?
Man, that's a long drive from my house up here.
You don't want to do a Saturday, do you?
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, like I said, I know we won't get everything. It's just so we can get the ball rolling and we have a direction and we know where we're headed with this.
Okay.
That'll get us started, and then at that meeting, we can set up for the next meeting.
I think that'd be a good start. So, the next scheduled meeting
The next scheduled meeting, yes, sir.
at 5:30?
Because our regular scheduled meeting's at 6, so we want to do it
We
prior
make
to the
sure it's-
meeting.
It's for the strategic plan. Don't say a regular meeting because people think it's at 5:30.
No, just for that.
Just
yeah.
for that. That's
Yes.
what we need to do.
Then our
We'll
regular meeting
post
will
a
be at-
special meeting
Correct.
workshop as, before it, and then a regular agenda for your
Correct.
6 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do we need to make a motion on that? Okay.
You do not.
All right. Agenda item number 17, Project Manager's Report. Dr. Batista.
Yes, good evening again. On the report, you'll see there, one of the images is from a ribbon cutting ceremony from this past weekend with Milk and Brew. Several elected officials, the mayor and board members, aldermen were in attendance there, so we congratulate them and we welcome them. They had customers out the door for almost an hour or so. We had a set of bikers that happened to just join, coming in from Fulshire as well. So they had a good grand opening, urban cutting ceremony. I did want to share just several of the projects that we do have going on. Current projects, looking at nationwide trailers. They're moving forward with their project. Hopefully, you'll see some more movement along there. There's an agenda item tonight on the city council meeting. Ace Hardware, they are also moving along forward with their project. We are they're working through the permit process under their review for their civil and building. And then Quick Trip, if you notice 1489 and I-10, you'll see a fence up now. We didn't want that to become a truck parking lot, so we ensured that we had them fence that in. Milk and Brew that I just mentioned opened up. Mod Dentist is one that they have a CO, but they haven't quite opened up to customers yet. So it's a nice state-of-the-art facility, dental facility, right off of 359 next to the Domino's. So it's another great addition to the city. Now these next four are essentially logistic distribution facilities. Triangle Business Park, which is going to be here in the I-10 frontage, just past Flying J. They're starting that permit process and moving forward. Falcon Business Warehouse is just here off of 359, just past the Manor House. There's a property there that they're going to be utilizing for their small warehouses. On 5th Street here, going towards the police department. There's a smaller logistics distribution facility coming in. And then on the north side, business park development off of Garvey Road, which is on the city council agenda tonight as well. Let's see, potential projects. Again, the 10th Street, we have a developer that owns property from 10th Street to 12th Street. So the entire tracks there, several tracks there. And so he's looking to bring commercial development there. And then next to his development is a 10th Street. He wants to bring a manufacturing for heavy tarps for 18-wheelers. So we're looking at that project. And then on 12th Street, as you all may have been familiar, there is a potential 12th Street development and/or expansion of the road. They're still looking to develop their project, although the road might not come, but they are still looking to go through the permit process. They are still wanting to come back to meet with the city and identify that they do want to develop that road, and if there's an opportunity for the city to reevaluate. And then a food truck park that we're continuously looking for the city, Rehab Food Truck Park. Now, that was very brief in the projects that are currently going on. We do have within your strategic plan, the document that I put in there as well, indicates essentially just a mission, vision, and then our planning steps that we need to take. And those stakeholders doing that SWOT analysis and identifying, looking at the data to support where the direction that we want this organization to go, what projects we want to embark on, and how the board contributes to the activities that the staff is going to the staff is going to implement.
Mr. Batista,
Sir?
1489 Dead's right there at 90,
Yes, sir.
and then you cross the railroad track, that's Gashner.
Yes, sir.
Who owns that?
Well, we're in discussion at the moment right now to try to verify who it all
You
belongs
guys
to.
ever go down that road?
Yes, sir.
It's embarrassing. I
Yes,
was
sir.
brought a guy out to show him some property, and when I turned my car to go down there, I said, "Oh no,
All those
it's
roads,
embarrassing."
it
Even-
is.
Huh?
Garvey, Gassner, Kellner, all those roads that are the outskirts, we're trying to get a handle on, for one, who owns them. If they're ours, how do we do something about it?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, it's something we can discuss, but I just
Yes, sir.
looking. It's an eyesore.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Yes, agreed. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Any other questions on the report?
No, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Agenda item number 18, future agenda items.
Yes, actually, this is really directed to Ms. Watts. When I was looking over the financials, I was trying to see if there's any way you could produce a report to include in our packet month to month, because it's kind of hard to track and trend and spot, you can see change in revenue and change in expenses, but if you can't see it month to month, it's kind of hard to, deviate between the different packets. So is there a way you can incorporate a month to month financial so we can see what the expenses are month to month, so we can see the change?
Yes, and I can also go over the revenue and expense report to show you how it does change in the percentages, on the fund use. So I will reach out to you first and send you a couple of examples and also go over it personally, and maybe that will kind of clarify some of the things, and then we can go from there.
Okay, that'll work. Thank you.
So I'll get your number from Vicki and we'll work it.
Absolutely.
Mr. Richardson, you have anything, future agenda items?
So,
Mr.
None at the moment.
Tony?
I don't have any at the moment.
All right. We'll move down to agenda item number 21,
Mr.
adjournment.
President, before you move on, if we do have, and I think it may be in his package, if we want something on the agenda, what is our window? I think that's important, that we're not giving you something at the last moment and expected to see it when we have our meeting. That is
Yes, sir. In the policies and procedures, I had indicated 10 days.
10 days.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Because now it's 3 business days that we have.
3 full business days, not the day that we post or the day we have the meeting. So, I mean, if there is an emergency, still let us know. But otherwise, I think the idea is to give staff a little more.
Sure, absolutely. I understand that.
Thank you. Appreciate that. One last thing I didn't mention, I do apologize, but it was on my report. We were recognized by the Texas Economic Development Council for receiving an award for economic excellence, and you'll see that noted in there. They also posted it on their LinkedIn and whatnot. We are one of 80-plus organizations that received this this award, so I wanted to share that with you all.
Awesome.
Thank you. We'll move to agenda item number 21, adjournment.
Make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Second.
I second it.
All in favor?